Right, everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna call this mutton, lamb, or sheep. I'll tell you why. In London, they call it mutton. In Newcastle, the northeast of England, you can't go into a meat shop, especially a halal meat shop, and go, "Have you got mutton?" Because they give you a blatant look. They call it sheep here. So whatever you want to call it, I've got it seasoned, right? Here's all my seasoning. Seasoning is lush, but the trick is to try and not put too much seasoning on because it does contain salt. So we've got the season oil, we've got the mixed herbs, we've got the jerk as well. It's not too much of each, and we've got. Did I put season oil? A little bit of ginger and all, touch of chili powder, with salt and with pepper. We've got the thyme. And normally, what I'd normally chop me onions and me red onions and me carrots, what else is here? And me garlic and me celery. And what I'd soft fry them until they're a bit transparent. And then I'd add the meat. But I'm gonna do something a bit different this time. I'm gonna pasteurize these with water, and then I'm gonna add them into this mix to make it even more flavourable, because I'm gonna season the meat with these white goods here. So here's all the carrots. I don't know if I mentioned I've got garlic in here, and I've got Scotch bonnet as well. It all gets blended to a nice thick consistency. Right, this is the consistency of all the whatever that are blended. Not too thick and not too thin. And if you're thinking, yuck, if you think of all them lovely nutrients you're gonna get out the carrots and the celery and the garlic and the onions and the thyme and the herbs, this is gonna be marinated onto the meat. Legend, right? So that's in there. It actually smells so fresh. Rub it into the meat. Are you getting all this, son? So you'll be doing this when you're older, you know? No. I'll tell you what, you will, you know, because it's gorgeous. I'll tell you what, son, it beats chicken dippers. Look at that. You can smell the curry powder as well. Get that all onto the meat. And what you're meant to do in theory, stick it in the fridge for a couple of hours. Let it marinate, but didn't get me ugly face, son. Just get this thing in this one, because I'll put people off. That's all on the meat. Another important fact as well in the kitchen, always clean as you go, so everything around you is nice and tidy. Right, look at that. So this has got seasoning in. It's got all the nutrients that you'd ever want. Right, are you getting this? Right, stop soon. Long story short, I don't know how I'm going to video this. I don't know in what stage I'm going to video this. Okay, so we've got the vegetable oil in the pan. Just to give the pan a kick, I've got a bit more garlic, onions, even tomatoes and red peppers. They're all going to be fried. Legend's in the front room play with his iPad, so I don't bother him. And then we're going to put the secret recipe in. If you guys could smell this, it is lush oil. So I'm going to stick this in the pan, high heat for about 10 minutes, and then low heat. And I'm going to add hot water with stock for about an hour, but I'm going to keep on checking it every 10-15 minutes. Give it a little spin around. After an hour, I'm going to add potatoes in it and then mushrooms. I'll probably do another video then, so yeah, I'll be around. 10 minutes. Basically, the meat has made its own sauce. And to be honest here, I think I could do with a bit more curry. So all I'm going to do now is add a little bit of water and a little bit of stock and let the meat gently cook for an hour. I've got some potatoes that I've already cut that are in the fridge. After an hour, I'm going to add them to the pot for another 25 minutes to another half hour with some mushrooms. I think this video is going to go on for too long, so I'm just trying not to make it as long as I can. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. I'll speak to you again in an hour and 40 minutes. Voila. Bon appetit.